This Middle Belt Conscience Guard is a text of a press conference held in Abuja on January 4th, 2018, on the launch of Operation Python Dance across the country. Gentlemen of the press, permit us to preface this press conference with peculiarities of the Middle Belt of Nigeria relative to the subject matter of today's event. Also, let us point out that Middle Belt is the geopolitical expression called the North Central in contemporary terms. Our geopolitical zone, the North Central, sits between the North, that is, Northeast and Northwest geopolitical zones, and the South, that is, Southwest, South-South, and Southeast geopolitical zones. Whatever happens in any of these geopolitical zones, therefore, automatically affects the Middle Belt. This makes us default stakeholders in whatever happens in these sister geopolitical zones. We can validly assert that the resurgence of Boko Haram will affect us because under the previous administration, Niger, Kogi, Plateau, and Nasarawa states with the FCT were hotbeds of terrorist activities until the present administration came into office and appointed military chiefs that secured the geopolitical zone from terrorists. Our geopolitical zone has had its share of ethno-religious crisis. Plateau is a case we can refer to at any time. While Benue State has also had more than its fair share of ethnic strife that have been given different coloration that made tracking such conflicts difficult. Kogi State is not spared as well. Experience have shown that such crises have a tendency to flare up whenever there are elections or in their immediate aftermath. The North Central is indeed in need of protection from these elements. We urge Nigerians, all stakeholders and lovers of our democracy, to embrace it and offer support where they are able to. It is surprising that some elements have not only done their best to incite the populace against the operation, they have even gone to the ridiculous extent of abusing court processes to stop an agency of government from performing its legitimate functions. Without meaning to prejudice what the courts will decide, we urge the Nigerian army to ignore the distraction and focus on their task at hand. Those who have nothing to hide should fear not and should go about their legitimate business, which includes continue to mobilize their followers ahead of the elections. While those with skeleton in their cupboard and looking forward to snatching ballot boxes and visiting death on others should have a rethink and change their ways. We look forward to free medical mission that was part of the earlier versions of Operation Python Dance. Knowing the capacity for mischief by those that do not want this exercise to hold, our advice is that there should be regular update to citizens to enable them know what the troops are encountering, achieving, and doing on deployment. The influx of Boko Haram into the North Central, into Abuja, into Niger State. You know very well that Boko Haram came down to even Niger State in Suleja, in a Catholic church, and killed so many persons. In Abuja, we know that Boko Haram came down to the FCT and were bombing everywhere. since the present administration came on board, and since they put in place, the Mr. President put in place capable hands to tackle it. We can see that in Abuja we go freely. Even sometimes it reached a situation where we can no longer go to gardens to even take mineral. We are afraid of even going to gardens. We knew what happened in Abacha Barracks. We knew what happened in this day newspaper. We knew what happened in Nyanya Park, and so on. Let it be known to us that Operation Python Dance is a routine exercise by the military when there is a threat of breakdown of law and order. You understand? Anywhere there is a threat, there is a conventional exercise that the military take. Election is coming. We know what elections mean in this country, and we know how our people take election. So to curtail anyone that want to make the election not to be hitch-free, that is the essence of launching the operation. And it's all over the country so that people can go about their legitimate businesses without fear of molestation, fear of intimidation, fear of any clash